Hello everyone, today we will explore stories of unfortunate and sometimes unbelievable mistakes in the fields of construction, navigation, and space. From small design errors that lead to unpredictable consequences to half-crying, half-laughing incidents due to human inattention. These mistakes not only cause huge financial losses, but sometimes also leave valuable lessons about caution and professionalism. Watch the video to learn, analyze, and learn from these humorous yet equally serious failures. In 2017, the Morganville Dam project in the United States suffered a major disaster, becoming one of the worst dam failures in history. The main cause was a design flaw. Water released from the dam was channeled over an unreinforced slope, causing severe erosion during California's unusually wet season. The resulting surge of water destroyed the main spillway and also failed the emergency spillway. As a result, some 200,000 people were evacuated, including residents of the Vail d'Oro area. The recovery process took more than 2 years and cost at least $1 billion, far more than the initial cost of the improvements. The incident highlighted the serious consequences of ignoring environmental warnings and infrastructure maintenance. Crooked tracks can make many people wonder why they are built the way they are. However, engineers and railway workers will explain that this is completely normal. In fact, a phenomenon known as rail stress occurs when the rails are bent due to temperature changes. Steel, the main material of rails, expands when hot and contracts when cold. When the temperature drops, the rails tend to contract, and when it gets hot, they expand. Without timely measurements and inspections, this can lead to thermal stress discharge, which warps the rails. Such a warping can cause an accident if a train travels on a track with uneven stress. A classic example is the Aurora train crash in 1988, where rail stress caused a serious accident. Lake Fenner in Louisiana was once a normal freshwater lake, until a disaster in 1980 changed its entire ecosystem forever. On that fateful day, normal oil and gas exploration activities were taking place on the lake. However, an unexpected incident occurred when an exploratory drill got stuck underground and started making strange noises. Workers on the rig noticed the abnormality and hurriedly left the platform. Within minutes, they witnessed an unbelievable sight. The giant rig sank into the water. Although the lake was only about 3 meters deep, a giant whirlpool began to form and spread at an incredible speed. Within a few hours, the whirlpool had reached a diameter of 55 meters, taking everything around it with it. This disaster not only destroyed 11 barges, a dock, 2 oil rigs, and a small island with an artificial garden, but also exposed the cause of the incident. It turned out that Fenner Lake was located on a giant salt mine, and the top of this mine had been drilled through, causing an underground collapse. Fortunately, all 50 workers nearby escaped in time. After this event, Fenner Lake was completely transformed. The former freshwater ecosystem was replaced by saltwater due to the intrusion of water from other streams. Many new species of animals and plants appeared, and the depth of the lake increased 100 times compared to before. In the fall of 2006, the giant cargo ship MV Golden Ray capsized and sank off the coast of Georgia, USA. The main cause was that there were more than 4,000 cars on board, making the removal and dismantling process extremely complicated. The situation became more serious when signs of suspected oil leakage appeared. However, the handling process lasted for months, causing many difficulties and huge costs. According to reports, the Golden Ray sank within the first hour after leaving the port due to unreasonable load distribution. The unprofessionally loaded Kia crossovers overloaded the ship, leading to a dangerous tilt. As a result, the ship capsized immediately. The cost of evacuating the ship and dealing with the consequences is estimated at more than $840 million. This is a huge number, but what is even more regrettable is that if the cargo loading and unloading activities were carried out correctly from the beginning. The Constitution Bridge, completed in 2008 in Venice, Italy, was highly controversial, but its design did not blend in with the ancient architecture of Venice and was considered a blight on the city's beauty. The bridge was even worse in a city known for its narrow streets and old bridges. In addition, the bridge was located near another bridge, making it redundant in the transportation system, to the point that they decided to cancel the bridge's inauguration event. Have you ever seen a building collapse completely, but still remain intact as a whole? This happened in Shanghai, China, a few years ago. The three-story apartment building had just finished the main part when workers began digging for an underground garage. The excavated soil was dumped to one side, causing the foundation to become unbalanced. A sudden heavy rain caused water to seep deep into the soil, eroding the foundation and breaking the load-bearing concrete columns. As a result, the entire building collapsed, tilting but still maintaining its structure. Luckily, no one was living in the building when the incident occurred, but a worker who went in to get tools witnessed the horrifying scene. We are driving through the Loa Tunnel, an impressive underground structure along Sweden's west coast. Completed 23 years ago, the project faced complex geological challenges such as groundwater and uneven soil, which led to lengthy construction and constant changes in strategy. Costing more than $1 billion over budget, the Loa Tunnel has become a modern engineering marvel, significantly improving transportation and demonstrating perseverance in the face of harsh weather. A building in Yorkshire, England, with a strange design that resembles an airplane, is the product of an aviation dreamer. However, this unique shape does not suit the practical needs of a civil construction. As a result, the building creates a phenomenon of strong winds around the area, endangering those who live and work nearby. Some people have become victims of this phenomenon. Instead of solving the problem, the local government has just issued regulations to prohibit cars from driving in strong winds. The Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Washington, North America, has become a classic case study in engineering overall. Opened in 1940, the bridge quickly became problematic. In high winds, the bridge swayed and oscillated erratically. On November 7, 1940, just 4 months after its completion, a 65-kilometer-per-hour windstorm caused excessive oscillation, leading to the bridge's complete collapse. The disaster not only demonstrated design flaws, but also the dire consequences of ignoring engineering warnings. The incident left a profound lesson for the construction industry, promoting better methods of designing load-bearing bridges and testing their stability before they were put into use. The Rugyong Hotel in Pyongyang, North Korea, reminds people of a scene from Star Wars with its strange design, but in reality it is a disappointing story of ambition not fulfilled. Construction began in the late 1980s. The hotel is 330 meters high with 105 floors, but to this day it has never been put into operation. The project began with the goal of building a great symbol of North Korea, but due to lack of financial resources, the construction was abandoned halfway. The North Korean government did not have enough money to complete the building, and the investors abandoned the project. The hotel was never completed or put into use, becoming the ghost house of Pyongyang. With its strange design and emptiness, it is seen as a testament to ambition beyond ability and the lack of practicality in carrying out large-scale projects. A 37-story skyscraper in London, completed in 2013, caused a serious incident due to the design not taking into account the reflective effect of sunlight. When the sun hit the glass facade of the building, it turned into a giant magnifying glass, focusing the light and reflecting it directly onto the ground. This created an extremely high temperature of up to 90 degrees Celsius, enough to cook a scrambled egg in just a few minutes. The problem was made worse when the concentrated light was directed directly onto one of the busiest streets in the city, where there were many cars and restaurants. Many cars were damaged by the high temperature, and restaurants also fell victim to the phenomenon. After noticing the problem, engineers took measures to fix it, including installing special filters on the windows of the entire building to minimize light reflection and reduce the heat emitted. The Firestone tire scandal of the late 20th century was one of the biggest disasters in the auto industry, and an important lesson in product liability and consumer safety. The release of defective tires with problems such as rubber separation and uneven tread resulted in a series of accidents, causing human and property damage. The result was 271 deaths and more than 800 injuries. The Firestone company was held liable and recalled more than 14 million tires. Total damages were estimated at more than $1.5 billion, along with severe damage to its reputation. Prior to the incident, Firestone was a trusted supplier in the industry, but after the disaster, consumer confidence in the brand was severely damaged and almost never recovered. When a video of a train crossing a 7-lane highway in the Azerbaijani capital of Baku surfaced on social media, many people were skeptical and thought it was a hoax. However, an Australian blogger checked and confirmed that it was real. In Baku, the train actually traveled across the busy road without following traffic signs. Fortunately, the train stopped before it crashed. The incident is a testament to the lack of traffic control and safety in a major Azerbaijani city. The story of the Spanish submarine Spy Plus reads like a troubled movie script. The submarine was originally designed but had a serious problem. It could not surface when submerged. To fix it, engineers decided to cut 10 meters off its length to reduce weight. However, this reduction caused a whole new set of problems. Department of Defense tests found that the structural changes reduced the performance and seriously affected the submarine's operational capabilities. If not detected early, these flaws could have led to disaster in an actual mission. The story of Spy Plus highlights the importance of adhering to the original design and thorough testing before making changes to important elements of a military project. One of the most memorable transport mistakes was the story of the French railway company when it ordered 2,000 new metro cars. The problem arose when the cars were delivered. The height of the train doors did not match the platform heights at the stations. Passengers had difficulty getting on and off the train, and to fix it, hundreds of platforms had to be adjusted, costing hundreds of millions of euros. This incident illustrates the consequences of poor planning and procurement, causing financial losses. The San Francisco-Auckland Bridge, one of the most famous and expensive structures in California history, cost an estimated $6.5 million to build. However, these huge investments were absolutely necessary. After the old bridge collapsed in the 1989 earthquake, engineers redesigned the structure with advanced earthquake-proof technology. The new design ensures that the bridge can withstand strong earthquakes and last for at least 150 years, providing long-term safety for people. This is a testament to learning from disasters to build stronger structures. In 2002, the oil tanker Prestige from the Bahamas sank off the coast of Europe, causing one of the region's most serious environmental disasters. The ship encountered a severe storm that caused cracks in the hull and fuel oil began to leak. When it was towed away, the hull broke in two and sank, spilling more than 90,000 cubic meters of oil into the sea. This disaster caused severe pollution, severely affecting the marine ecosystem, fishing and tourism industries. The Prestige incident is a profound lesson in the importance of crisis management and timely handling of maritime accidents. The Harmony Hotel in Las Vegas is a classic example of a construction failure. Despite initially being expected to be a monumental project, the project was plagued by serious problems, including numerous delays and construction errors. The hotel was originally designed to be 50 stories high, but only reached about half of its original plan. In addition to not being completed on time, the project suffered from numerous technical flaws that could have compromised the safety of its guests. The Harmony Hotel has become a symbol of the Las Vegas construction industry's failure, as well as a lesson in the risks that can arise from delays and inattention in major projects. Yes, this is a sad story of a disaster that could have been avoided. The giant ship known as the Bucket, it may be an unofficial nickname, suffered a serious accident in 2012 when it collided with a container ship from Cyprus about 100 kilometers from Rotterdam. The problem was the lack of effective communication protocols between the captains and crews of both ships. They could not understand each other due to language problems, with neither being able to communicate well in English, the standard language of international shipping. Although protocols and equipment were developed to prevent such accidents, the lack of effective understanding and communication led to an avoidable disaster. In 2000, a routine forest fire prevention measure in Los Alamos, New Mexico, led to a major disaster. Workers set fire to dry vegetation to reduce the risk of a large fire, but the fire quickly got out of control. The fire spread, burning about 20,000 hectares of forest in a month, destroying 500 homes and forcing 30,000 people to evacuate. Damage was estimated to exceed $1 billion. The incident is a stark reminder of the importance of careful control of prevention measures, as even small actions can have serious consequences if not done properly. In the field of space exploration, where absolute precision is required, unfortunate, even silly, mistakes can still happen. A typical example is the weather satellite accident that occurred in 2003. At that time, the satellite could not be launched into space as planned. The cause originated from an unbelievable incident. The satellite fell to the floor during a routine inspection. After investigation, it was discovered that several other technicians had removed dozens of screws from the device without any warning or note. The consequences of this incident were serious. The satellite was severely damaged in 2008, and the original plan had to be delayed. It was not until 2009 that the satellite was successfully launched into orbit. However, the cost of the project had doubled compared to the original budget. The total estimated cost was $239 million, plus an additional $217 million for repairs and remediation. Incidents like this underscore the importance of strict workflows and clear communication between departments.